We're going to continue dividing integers with chips, but these problems are going to be a little bit more tricky because the signs of the numbers aren't the same. So we're going to need to use the idea of opposites and absolute values again. So we have a dividend of 12 and a divisor of -4. So we could think of this as asking how many groups of -4 are in 12? Well, it's hard to think of groups of -4 and 12 because this would be positive chips and this would be negative chips. So what we're going to do is build up groups of -4, so the absolute value or the number of chips is equal to 12, and then we're going to take the opposite to correct for the fact that the chips aren't actually positive, they're negative. So let's use a red pen. So here's one group of -4, two groups, now I have -8, three groups. So I have three groups of -4. But now I want to take the opposite so I can get positive 12 instead of -12. So now I take the opposite of all of these chips, and since I took the opposite of the chips, I take the opposite of the number of groups. So we have -3 groups of -4 give us 12. Okay, so let's write our forms. 12 divided by -4 equals -3, or 12 over -4 equals -3. So just to sum up, you take divisor-sized groups to equal the dividend in absolute values. So I have 12 chips, but they were negative, okay, and I wanted positive. So I took the opposite, so that made the opposite of the number of groups as my result. And one last one, -12 divided by 4. So now our dividend is negative and our divisor is positive. So we're going to use the same idea here, it's just that the chips are going to be different in the two places. So we want to build up 12 chips from groups of 4. So there's 1, 2, and 3. Give us a total of 12 chips. So 3 of +4 gives us 12 chips, but we want 12 negative chips, so we're going to take the opposite. And since we took the opposite of 4, we take the opposite of 3, and we have -3 groups of 4 give us -12 chips. So in symbolic forms, we would write -12 divided by 4 equals -3, or in fraction form, -12 over 4 equals -3.